Do you feel like that gives you the freedom to think shot shape versus mechanics? So like hitting, you just hit one fade and one draw.
Hey there, Miracle Swingers. Today's video is a continuation of what I learned from Steve Elkington. What an amazing lesson I had with him. And this is really starting to pay off. So I'm going to share with you the first practice session after I got back from Champions, where I was just hitting draws and fades. Now, I'm going to tell you a really important secret of golf, okay? People make it far too complicated. You'll hear people like Tiger Woods, of course, he's the greatest ball striker probably in history, talking about this 9-ball drill. It's like, or called tic-tac-toe, where you hit low draw, middle draw, high draw, low straight, middle straight, high straight, low cut, middle cut, high cut. 9 different shot shapes. That's ridiculous, okay? Unless you're Tiger Woods. If you're just trying to break 80, you just need one consistent shot shape, be it a draw or a fade. When I was with Elk out in Houston, he's like, listen, man, the only thing that's keeping you from being a scratch player is you don't set up consistently, okay? 90% of the shot is taken care of before you ever take the club back. 90% of the golf swing is taken care of before I ever take the golf club back. Now, that's an incredible thing to think about because everybody's so concerned about how they're moving the golf club in space. I could take Tiger Woods and put the ball in a bad position and he's never going to be able to optimize his golf game. So that's the lesson from my very first video in my over-the-top Miracle Swing series called A Simple Setup. Now, I am basically dialing this in, and what Elk wanted to work on me with was sometimes I get caught in between a draw and a cut, okay? He's like, I don't know if you're hitting a draw, a cut, or a straight ball. So this is the lesson. Set up square. Set up square to the target, face to the target, knees, hips, and shoulders to the target. Then build into your cut or your draw. That way you know precisely how much you're opening or closing or changing your stance to make that ball flight, okay? If you just kind of walk into it haphazardly every time, you're not really creating a good sensory awareness of how much you're trying to do or that you're definitely even making a draw or cut swing. And so this is all I'm working on, and it's really paying off on the golf course. I'm hitting the prettiest draws and cuts that there are. Now, I'm going to tell you a secret from Ben Hogan, okay? Ben Hogan did not hit 9 shots. He hit exactly what Steve Elkington hits. He has a low draw, a low cut, and a high draw, and a high cut. There is no pin that can hide from those 4 shots. So you don't need all this other stuff. For me, Elkington told me, he goes, listen, man, just master draw cut, where you know how much you're going to cut it, that you can cut it more if you want or less if you want, but just work on draw and cut for now, and then we'll work on 2 different trajectories for each shot. So that's where I am, guys. I hope you'll pick up the over-the-top Miracle Swing. I do all these swings from my Miracle Swing. This has changed my life. It's changing the lives of golfers all around the world. So go check it out. Link in the description box. Now let's get into my little rain session I did with my buddy Danny. He showed up. I didn't know he was going to be there. And he just wanted to talk to me about what I learned out in Houston with Steve Elkington. So enjoy this lesson, and I hope you hit them long and hit them straight.
We'd be going on vacation. I'm talking to the camera. You might have to edit that.
No, don't even worry about it, bro. I got news straight from the Elk.
Let's see what you got there, partner.
This is my F1, my fade.
Yep.
Now let me show you my D1. which is my draw.
That ball's
I save those for the pitches. The
That's,
pitches.
I do the same thing.
It's the only way I get practice on the pitches.
Give myself a piece of grass here. So,
This is nice with these new balls and the good grass.
yeah, oh yeah.
It's so freaking nice. Do you feel like that gives you the freedom to think shot shape versus mechanics? So like hitting, you just hit one fade and one draw.
tight, like 3 to 5 yards or whatever.
Tight, solid,
It's,
going your path. I'm gonna start doing that. I'm gonna work on that today.
dude, so this is the whole reason that the missing puzzle piece is like hitting the ball, you know, like this is like this swing center and this swing center. It's like you gotta be, that's kind of what Levitt was telling me how to, you know. And so like this, waste of time.
No,
It felt like I can hit that. I can hit that
Hit
ball
that.
fucking
Wanna hit it.
sky high.
Yeah.
He's like, I own that shot. He goes, all you need is F1, F2, or F1, D1. That's draw one, draw two. And he goes, you'll be a scratch player. He's like, you'll be able to, I didn't know how to name, you know? And he's like, I see you set up the ball, your swing's so good, but you're like all over the place. One swing, you're like this, one swing, you're like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I picked up so much yardage with those little wedges. I couldn't hit a 60-degree.
My max is usually 78, maybe 80 yards. It's like, I think there's almost, well, that pole is 96 now. It's getting it almost out there, but at least, you know,
Right.
10, 15 yards further.
Right.
And it's just forward shaft now, being able to flight it better and to have more forward shaft. Let me tell you what he told me that blew my f***ing mind.
So you're probably wondering what it was that Elk told me that blew my mind. Basically, he said that he de-lofts a 60-degree wedge 20 degrees when he hits that low shot. 15 degrees is forward shaft lean, and there's another 5 degrees of gear effect from the COG of the wedge being slightly higher than the ball that even shuts it more. So here I'm just going back and forth, hitting draw, fade, draw, fade. And it's becoming much more comfortable. I'm just hitting one or the other.
It's pretty impressive seeing it like fades and draws, fades and draws. It's gonna be fun playing with it now. Be a whole nother level. You know what the benefit to what you're doing is that the swing transfers to the golf course because you're thinking about targets and you're thinking about shot shape. You're just like in mechanics and you're not even thinking about anything out there. You go to the golf course and it's like you could miss the green by 30 yards. Is that what you feel like now too?
Well, I'm trying, if I set up correctly, I can do that feel.
Yeah. Were you trying to cut it there?
Yeah, that's all I hit.
It went
So
dead straight.
It didn't really move, but I'll take
Isn't that crazy though that you feel like you're trying to really work it so hard and get that straight? Well, that's what I want. Like centrifugal force just takes over, and it's a good thing.
That's nice, dude.
I mean, I couldn't believe it, that something like this can happen. I hit over 200 balls, 0 slice. In and up, that's it. Repeatable. I am a miracle swinger. And thank you so much.
You owe it to yourself to give this a try. I guarantee it's the best way to hit a golf ball.